Okay, family. Hopefully you guys are feeling amazing on this wonderful, wonderful Monday morning. I just wanted to really touch on some things because I really see that we're starting to have those breakthroughs in success, right? You guys are really starting to make a lot of money in these markets. So I want to teach you on what to do next, right? I know I haven't really showed you guys a lot of juice and sauce yet, but best believe it's time for that. So more importantly, I want you guys to get a pen and a piece of paper, and you're going to take notes and follow along with me. That's going to be the easiest way for you to understand what I'm talking about is by actually taking these notes and following along. I'm going to make it super simple so you can understand. Oh, perfect. I'm glad you said that. Thank you. Let me get this headset on, Ben. Thank you, Miss Alexandra. Okay, let me try this. This should be a lot better.
All right. So as I was saying, what I want to do here is I'm going to really show you guys exactly what to start to do next once you make this money, right? There's a few concepts that we follow. One is called money management, risk management, and account management. So these three concepts that we use, it shows us exactly how to maximize our, profits, like how to utilize those profits in the real world. So what that means is I'm going to teach you how to pay yourself, family. Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to pay yourself. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on this computer. I'm gonna share my computer screen. So just give me like 10. All right, let me go ahead and share my computer screen now. Drop some 777s if you guys can hear me okay. Drop some 777s real quick, just so I can know that you can hear me all right. Perfect. All right, let me close on that. Let's do this. All right, family. So look, hang on one second. Hey, Google. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is how to manage the account that you currently are trading, right? How to take advantage of the profit that you're currently making. So I feel like this session is the most important session throughout your whole entire trading career, trading endeavor, and whatever you want to call it, a journey, whatever, right? This is going to teach you exactly how to go from just being a novice trader or a trader who's, just doing it as a hobby to a professional. Okay, there's a big difference. So something that I'm going to start off with is called account management. So one thing I want you guys to understand, and you should be taking notes. I don't care how long you've been doing this or what. Have a pencil, pen, and a piece of paper ready to go. All right. So account management. What I'm going to teach you how to do is to manage your account. We're going to talk about different percentages that you risk. We're talking about different returns that you would take home with you and how to properly pay yourself what's known as a performance fee. Okay, so let's jump right on into this thing. So let's start off with, let's saying that the average new person, let's say they started off with $100 account, right? Well, let's just do 1,000 to keep it for conversation's sake, right? Say you start off with $1,000. You know the first rule of account management is how much you're generally risking. That's that 2%. Okay? On one single trade, though. So you can risk 2% on one single trade, right? Now, with that being said, on $1,000 account, you guys understand this already. You should. I've kind of, really been saying it over and over again, so you can get it. You would risk $20, right? Now, the reason why you have to know account management and be aware of account management is you don't want anything to be random. That comes down to trades that you're taking, the amount of money you're risking on those trades, the return, right? These concepts and this information is very, very important for you to understand, because what separates a professional from a person who trades for a hobby or a newer trader is the randomness, okay? The newer trader doesn't have a strategy, right? So the trades that they take is random. Now, the problem with taking random trades is when you're right, you don't know what you did that caused you to be right. When you were wrong, you don't know what you did that caused you to be wrong. That's why we use systems and tools like Cash Trap, right? Like our strategy, the way we set up the charts and things like that. The reason we do that is we do that same exact thing every single time. So therefore, this is not a random result that we get. This is a result that we're getting week after week after week. We know Hourglass is 85%, right? On his win ratio. We see it every single week. I drop the flyer every week. You get on the trade sessions every week, right? We know this. We don't know which singular trade is going to be right or wrong, but we have an overall perspective, right, on generally what our return is going to be. So as a trader and a professional trader, that's a key, right? A key detail to your account management is you don't want to do anything random. So let's talk about some principles here. Let's talk about a few things that you do when you're trading. Make it so you understand it's not random. For one, Hourglass, the algorithm that runs for different variables in the market. One of those variables being something called indexes. Try to bear with me, family. If you guys, Mandeep will go over some stuff with you guys, a little beginner stuff tomorrow, so you guys will really start to grasp this information as well. But I wanted to put this on you so you really know what's happening. So indexes. Indexes is basically the value of each country's currency. Write that down. An index is the value of each country's currency. So Hourglass checks for indexes. Support and resistance. Hourglass automatically checks for support and resistance. My family who've been with me for a few years, it should start clicking now, right? It's clicking now, right? I taught you Hourglass before Hourglass, right? You knew to check indexes, you know support and resistance, you know channels, you know all of these things I'm about to explain to you as to what Hourglass does. So it checks for support and resistance. Next thing it checks for, volatility. No, I spelled that totally wrong, but I'm not a scholar in spelling. I'm definitely am in finance though, but volatility, right? So with volatility, how it checks for volatility, you have RSIs, you have moving averages, right? These different tools that you see. Volume, that's the volatility. It's showing you how much currency is being traded in one particular direction at that very moment. That's what volatility is, family. Okay? Drop some 777s if y'all following along. I should see everybody drop 777s, but I haven't said nothing that went over your head yet. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Everybody, participation is a must. If not, there's no reason for even being here. Participation is a must. Okay, so look, next thing, risk management. Let's talk about risk management now. This is my favorite part. Honestly, what I'm teaching y'all here right now, this is my favorite thing to teach. Like, we're gonna talk about the charts, we're gonna talk about strategies throughout this whole course and stuff, but this is my favorite thing here, because this is what's gonna level you up. This is what's gonna take it from being a hobby to an actual profession. So, risk management now. We risk one, so you risk one to make three. Does that make sense? You risk one to make three. Okay, I'm gonna say what you don't do is you don't risk one to make one. In layman's terms, let's talk about it in the monetary value. I would risk $10, risk $10 to make 30. I would never risk $10 to make $10. Okay, so I'm not risking $10 to make $10. This is what we call as a risk to reward ratio. This risk to reward ratio keeps us from gambling. Okay, keeps us from gambling. Hang on, let me grab this charger for this laptop. Give me one moment, family. All right, I'm back, family. So again, this keeps us from gambling. We risk one to make three. In monetary form, we risk $10 to make $30. Okay. In HFX, when we trade HFX, we look for generally a 70% return. Okay. We want at least 70%. This is why it's so important for you to follow the first step, only risking 2% on a single trade. You see why money in minutes is the game changer, right? Because I'm making 70% return on a 2% risk. It's game changer. So understand what you're doing here. Now let's continue. So I risked one to make three. I never risked three to make one, vice versa. I never risked one to make one. If you want to do that, go to the casino and play roulette, right? 50-50 chance, 50-50 odds. Like, that's gambling. Now, it's important for you to understand this. It's important for you to understand this concept, because then we talk about how you pay yourself, money management now, right? Risk management is super simple. You see it right here. We talked about it in the beginning. 2%, okay, on a single trade. Right? Minimum 70% return for HFX. And you'll see those returns like, let's see, right here, boom, Euro USD. You see where it says 70%, NZD USD, 70%, 70%, 70% is the minimum return that we generally look for, okay? Let's jump back into the logistics here. Now, money management. Again, my family who've been with me for years, all of this stuff should be just resonating and should be clicking because we've talked about it before, right? You've been through these lessons at one point. For my newer people, take those notes. Very important. So now, money management. This is all my favorite, but money management, family. Check this out. There's two accounts that you trade with. Two classifications of accounts, I should say. One we consider, write this down, ATA. This means active trade account. There's pocket options, right? I'm gonna just do AKA pocket options or something. I'm gonna do another parenthesis like that, and I'm just gonna put pocket options. This is your ATA account, active trade account. So you'll hear me refer to this later on in your training, right? Later on in your instructions in regards to how and what to do to make money, right? So make sure you write this stuff down. Your active trade account. What is an active trade account? This is where you're actively trading. This is where you're actually, you have to do a little more for your money. You have to click the green button, click the red button, right? You have to listen to the go live and react to what their instructions may be, right? So you're actively trading on this account. The next account is called LTIA account. You guys can check out my YouTube videos from a few years ago explaining these two accounts a little further in detail. I'll share it later on as well. Long-term trade account. Or sorry, long-term investment account, pardon me. What a long-term investment account is, or LTIA account, this is where you only had to do like one click of a button or one thing. You didn't have to kind of pay attention to a lot of stuff. So this is where you bought Bitcoin or bought Ethereum through Coinbase. It was one time, it's an investment. You purchased it once, right? And it's gaining you interest over time. You have a LTIA account, which is your long-term investment accounts. You didn't have to really work. There was nothing active that you had to do with that account, right? Your ATA account, this is where you're actively trading. This is pocket options, okay? Yes or yes if y'all understand. Do y'all understand? Everybody should be solid. Perfect, 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 perfect. Okay, check this out now. The reason you have to know how these two accounts work or what these two accounts are, because this is how you're going to pay yourself, but this is how you're also going to grow and compound your wealth. Okay? This is that cloth talk, right? This is that cloth talk. I'm going to really show y'all. This is how you do it. Next thing, performance fee. This is what you pay yourself. Everybody made money, right? You gotta made money, right? Now, it's time to learn how to pay yourself. It's time to learn how to, when you make money, take money too, right? So a performance fee basically is something that it's like if you were to consider this as your job, you have to make money. Like you don't just create these accounts and then how do you pay your living expenses with these accounts, right? Your performance fee always comes from your ATA account or your active trade account. You almost never withdraw from LTIA, long-term investment account, or like Coinbase account. So everybody should have a pocket options account and a Coinbase account after today. You should have those two accounts. Every new member that we bring into our organization and you bring into this organization, you will be showing them exactly what I'm showing you right now. Okay? This is not about a group of people just coming together, you know, making a ton of money and no one's actually learning. So you got a lot to learn, but it's going to be fun, I promise you. So look, a performance fee is what you pay yourself. Okay, go ahead and get that Coinbase account then, bro. Performance fee is what you pay yourself. Generally, you consider what's called as a money manager, but you're managing your own funds. Okay, you pay yourself around 20 to 25%. 20 to 25% on all returns. Okay, let's talk about this now, because now I got to break it down in a way that you can generally, you know, kind of see the visual. So let's say theoretically, we go back up and remember this account started with $1,000, right? We were risking 20%, right? Now, let's say you wanted to pay yourself a performance fee because you got a choice. You can pay yourself a performance fee. I'm gonna do a pay schedule and just write it like that. You can do it weekly. Everybody should be withdrawing. This is what I mean. Paying yourself. You're gonna get used to this. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. You choose. That's your pay schedule. You pay yourself a performance fee, 20 to 25% of all profit. So let's say your starting balance, all profit includes your starting balance. Let's say your starting balance is $1,000. And let's say you do what I'll do and you do monthly, right? So you give yourself 30 days to build equity in that account, right? You can do weekly, whatever your life needs is what you do, right? Let's say your ending balance, let's follow some key steps. I'm trying to see, where is that compound sheet? If somebody got the compound sheet, look at day 30 and just tell me what it say if you got it. If not, don't worry. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just go off the top. So generally, day one, 8%. So let's say $10, 10 times 30, say 3. Okay, yeah. So we're just gonna go with 1,400. Let's just say you're at $1,400 now. Generally compounding, following that compound sheet. Everybody should have it. If you don't worry. I'm gonna repost it in the group. $1,400. So you're now gonna pay yourself a performance fee. It may not seem like a lot at first, but just watch how compounding works. Okay. So you would pay yourself, let's just say 20 to 25% of that, right? So in that case, that ain't a lot, but we're gonna stick to the books, right? So let's just say $40, 42 it should be, something like that, right? Now, what I want you to see and what I want you to understand is this next part is important, because this next part is what we call as reserve capital, okay? So what your reserve capital is, right? This is the amount that you're gonna keep in your account no matter what. Because this payout of $42, you're not gonna really be able to do much with, right? So let's say your reserve capital is $1,200 minimum, right? This is the amount that you must always keep in your active trade account. The reason for is it allows you to stay in the game. It allows you to honestly keep going in the game, so you don't have to start all over, redeposit, like you don't want to have to do that. So you have to understand how to manage this money, right? You got to understand what's reserve capital. What is my payout? How do I determine my payout? All of those questions just got answers right now. Now you know how to withdraw. You know what to withdraw, right? Now, let's get into this next step. Okay, this is what makes this investing. Okay, let's say, because what I do, I call them 30-day rolling period. After 30 days, right, from my ATA account, right, I move the 25 or 25% performance fee. Instead of just taking it that week, I move it into an LTIA account, my long-term investment account. So now what this does, I should have brought this over here. This creates what's known as reserve capital. So let's say it started off, let's say you started this account off, right? And it was at $1,200. This is your reserve capital. This is money that you're not withdrawing on, okay? The first 30 days or the first rolling 30-day period, you're gonna take that first little $42 payout from an 82 or from the ATA account, and you'll put it here, right? Now, what I suggest you do, especially in the beginning, is stay true to the amount that you're supposed to take. If it's 20% weekly and your account is 1,400, only take that. Don't take more than you need, because you'll find yourself it becomes random now. You can't calculate a return, okay? You can't calculate generally what you're gonna have at the end of the year if you continue to do what you're doing. Because what's going to happen with this beautiful account here, this ATA account, yeah, is 1,400 this month, next month is 18. So instead of it being 42, the next rolling 30 days, it's It's gonna be 84. So now from 84, right? Now after that rolling 30, I put it here. So now I got, what is that, 126, I want to say, or 13, yeah, 1,004, yeah. So I'm gonna just say something like this, whatever. I forget even what it was. But what you're doing is you're adding more and more, okay? Is what I want you to see. Is you're getting to grow this account more and more, right? Because at first it started out with 1,200, right? First 30 days, you were doing decent on this ATA account, right? You got to move $42. Oh. The next month, it went to $1,800. So 20% of 1,800, let's just say it's $84 or $80, right? So that'd bring us to 83.20. Okay. Right? So now this grew to that. Next month, let's say the general return here for this next one, let's say we had 2,200. And I'm just doubling y'all. That's kind of, I just wanted to keep it real simple. Now we had 2,200, right? So then this 168, right? After that 30, okay? Or just say 15, right? So you get the point. Your reserve capital in the long-term investment account is growing because you're compounding that growth, okay? So what I'm teaching y'all how to do here is you never just, I had a conversation with one of my leaders yesterday and I told him, I said, you never just grow an account to grow an account. Like, yeah, you may want that account to be $10,000, but what if you have a bad week? What if you have a bad month, right? That means all the time that you actively traded on that account, stayed up on those live sessions, pressing green, pressing red, a lot of hard work, right? But let's say you practically blow your account. You didn't pay yourself. You did all that hard work and without paying yourself. So adopt this week. Make it this week your first week you withdraw a 20% performance fee. I don't care what you made so far. Get used to that though. You have to make this real. You have to make this real. You have to see how real it is. You're in control though, right? But you have to understand what you're doing. I'm going to take you from being an average trader or a novice rookie trader to a professional is what I do. I've been doing it for 7.5 years, right? So I'm going to take you from being just a trader, average, random trader to a professional. As long as you stay plugged in, you pay attention, you do what I'm trying to show you here, you're going to be fine. It's going to be no question. So let's continue with this. Let's review first. Let's review what we went over. You got a lot of gems. We talked about the account and account management, right? 2% on one single trade is what you're going to risk. That's the amount. So 2%, let's say on 1,000, I'm going to put 200 or $20. I would put $20 in here. Right? I don't know why it's all this shit in the way. I'm gonna put $20. What's wrong with it? All right, I'm fucking with it. But you get the point. You would put $20 there, right? That's the amount that you're gonna risk. So you got to get used to actually like risking what it is that you said you were gonna risk, right? That way you can actually calculate those returns. That way you can actually pay attention to what it is you're doing right and continue to do that right, right? You're going to pay attention to how you become a professional, how you fire your 9 to 5, your job, even if you don't want to do that, supplement your income then. Again, nothing should be random. This is why we use Hourglass, why we use strategies as a trader overall. We use strategies because nothing should be random, period. Next thing, Understand that Hourglass is an algorithm looking for certain variables that constantly change in the market, right? The reason why we do nothing random is because we have a constant changing market, right? So therefore we have to keep something that's constantly the same, or the same sort of setup, or, you know, strategy or approach. So that way we can see what we're doing right and wrong. So again, Hourglass is looking for indexes. Index is just the value of each country's currency. Also looks for support and resistance. Okay, let's talk about support and resistance real quick. Quick way to understand it. I got a house here, right? It's my house. The floor, your floor on your house, you can walk on it, right? Without falling through it. That's support. Simple as that. That's support. Your ceiling, if you threw a ball up to that ceiling, what's going to happen? It's going to bounce back down. That's resistance. Okay. This is how the market moves, off of support and resistance. Support can become resistance, and resistance can also become support. How it works. This is your market. The market will stay above or below this line. This line here is support. This line here is resistance. Okay. As you can see, resistance became support. How that works is, as long as the market goes above and breaks through that potential resistance level and holds it, right? So imagine the market holding, which means time has to pass and the market will shift over, right? It can no longer go back down the same entry point, the same level it came through. So therefore, it creates and sits on top of support, new support, right? That's how the market makes higher highs, right? That's how the market makes lower lows. So that's a basic concept that I want you guys to understand, to take advantage of, right? Second thing is volatility. RSIs, moving averages, just telling you how much currency is being traded at that particular point in time, okay? That's what that is. Now, Mandeep is going to go over that with y'all tomorrow during the live trade session as well. So you'll get a chance to see that. What I wanted y'all to understand, I want you to pay attention to, is this risk management and money management. You're risking 1 to make 3. Very simple. Risk $10 to make $30. This keeps you from gambling. The minimum return you're looking for on these trades is 70%. Simple as that. You don't need more than that, right? Or you really won't see more than that, to be honest. You'll see less sometimes, so pay attention to that as well. 2% on one single trade, okay? ATA account. This is your pocket options account. From this day forward, everybody should have 2 accounts. You should have a pocket options account and a Coinbase account. Your pocket options account is your active trade account. You pay yourself a performance fee on that account. You choose when, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Remember, you're trying to supplement an income. You don't pay yourself, you don't get paid random from your job. So don't pay yourself random from this. Starting balance, let's generally say, was $1,000, right? Ending balance, $2,200. Performance fee would be around $160 or so, right? So that's how you look at this. This is how you turn trading from being a hobby to a profession. Next thing, your long-term investment account. This is an account that you grow using ATA profits or returns, right? Instead of withdrawing and spending it, you withdraw and send it. You choose your schedule on how you want to do it. Like I say, I do rolling 30 days. So what that means, every 30, I'm a 20%. I'm gonna move 20% here. Okay? You're creating wealth using compounding. That's how you do it. So drop some 777s if you guys found some value. If you guys understand what it is that you should be doing from this day forward. And if that is right, I want to end this call here. Tomorrow, Mandeep will be on going live with you guys, taking some trades, honestly, going over, the different RSIs, moving averages, different tools, technical analysis as well. So every Monday, I want you guys to get used to these calls. All right. Every Monday, I'll give you guys some new skills that you can be able to utilize in regards to your success in your trading, right? So it's going to kind of be dual. It'll be a dual thing. We'll be both talking about a little bit mine and then more on the trading as well. Okay. So you guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of this day. Stay blessed, stay grateful, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'll be in the group if you guys need me. All love, guys.